Hey everyone, welcome to another fun-filled episode of Into the Garbage Chute. Tonight we have a full house, not that full house, our full house, and we're going to be talking about Book of Boba or Mandalorian 2.5, episode 6 tonight, and do we have a lot to talk about. So stick around, I'll see if I can push the right buttons, and let's jump into the Garbage Chute. All right, we are here. We are ready to kick this off. Welcome to Into the Garbage Chute. Easy for me to say. I am Tommy D, and as I stated earlier, we have a full house tonight, and I don't even know where to begin, so I'll just start at the beginning with this young man right here, coming to us live from Kabul. I don't know what. Where are you? Are you in Iraq? Are you on a stakeout? What's going on? You need a woman's touch. You need a woman's touch.
Oh yeah,
we need a
single dad life.
There you go, Brett. How's it going, buddy?
Awesome, man.
Glad to have you back. Are you glad? Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm always happy to be here. You know, Tom. That's how I am.
Okay. I mean, no one's forcing you, man. I mean, it's like, all right.
It's better to be in the comments. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. You have graduated. Outstanding. All right. Next up, we've got the Grounded Geek himself, Jeff from World Gone Geek. How you doing, sir? You should unmute yourself. You should unmute.
I am so excited to be here.
I can tell. You look happy. You look jovial.
Yes, that's
if
me.
We could, there you go. All right. And your faithful cohort and partner in crime, who's got a Grogu thing going on.
Oh, greetings, programs! I didn't see you there.
Yes, you did. You saw us. Don't even try it. You saw us.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Me. Not much. Just preparing for Snowmageddon.
Yeah, that's like right around the corner.
For those of us in northeastern Ohio, and I'm sure the rest of the Midwest and everything else, I guess there's a storm coming.
Yeah, there's a storm coming. It's on its way. It's on its way. All right. And speaking of storms, we have the perfect storm. Look at
howdy,
Dino. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great. I mean,
where are you?
I'm in Ramona, California. So it's
who's Ramona?
By the desert, by the mountains, a little bit of everywhere. And it's an old chicken egg ranch where I'm at right now. It used to be the turkey capital of the world back in like the 40s and 50s. It's just really hopping right now here in the farm.
So let me ask you this. So when you first joined us, you were in Alabama, right?
Correct.
And you kind of had, even when you were in Alabama, you kind of had this LA vibe about you. And it feels like the further you get away from Alabama, the more you look like you're in Alabama. You're rocking the trucker hat. You're drinking a beer.
You got a little drawl going too. Oh, it's a squirrel trucker hat.
I mean, like this episode was nuts. Am I right, y'all? This was
quite furry. Very furry.
This was actually a gift from my sister-in-law who is from Alabama. So when I wear it, I get all of my Alabama powers back.
I'll tell you what, talking about Alabama and sisters-in-law makes me nervous. So we're gonna just we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Quailman,
what's up? How's it going?
How are you?
I don't know, man. I'm consuming new Star Wars content on a weekly basis. I'm fucking great.
There you go. I love it. You are neutral. You're right there in between the light side and the dark side. I see.
That's how we roll.
There you go. What's that shirt? What's that shirt? Are you repping Star Wars and Cleveland?
We got
and the
Cleveland against the Galaxy, baby. Wow. We got Jedi Guardians up in here.
Look at that Guardian.
Nice. Of course, it's got to be a Jedi.
Well, you know.
All right.
I'm like a Jedi.
Speaking of Jedi lovers, and when I say Jedi lover, I mean Jedi lover. Mr. Deacon from the Mr. Deacon Experience. What's happening?
What's cracking?
Man, you tell me.
Ain't nothing to it, man. Don't hate on the Jedi.
Are you ready for tonight? Because you and I are going to get into it. I can already tell.
Don't let me catch talking bad about the Jedi, dude.
We are gonna be rolling.
The Force revolves around everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah. I'm gonna flush some midichlorians. All right. Coming to us from the Outer Rim territories. Hey, what are you giving that baby? You can't give that to a baby.
He was using the Force, okay? Don't blame it on me. I'm sorry.
Well, he's 50. He is old enough to drink, I guess.
Yeah, he's old enough.
He is of legal age.
Wake your ass up. We got to show this.
He's so drunk he fell asleep.
Mando girl, are you rocking a Rebel Legion shirt?
Actually, I.
Or is that the dual shirt? Is that the dual? What is
This is
that?
actually for charity. Is for ADHD and for Alzheimer's.
Oh, very
so it
cool.
is a dual. It has my
All
has my Jawa and.
So all the legions coming together for a good cause.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. All right, and last and certainly not least, we've got a new member joining our panel this evening. Don, what's happening?
Hey guys, how you doing?
How are you?
I am also waiting for Snowmageddon.
There you go.
Get
We
it
already
all-
got it here.
Also a Rebel sympathizer, I see.
Yep.
Yeah,
Rebel
all right.
Legion, and a month later we had a pandemic. So I mean, you know.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! I'm sorry about that. That's all right. You're just missing out on all the politics. Did
It's
I
all
say
good.
that out loud? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
right.
Yeah.
You're outside boys.
It'll be all right. We'll be all right. All right, so this is the crew tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank everyone who's joining us in the chat tonight. If you've got anything that you want to add to our discussion, by all means, please do jump in. Feel free because, there's a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to do things just a little bit differently.
Out of my nose, Jeff.
Okay, this is just
children.
But see, I have to go down because
Oh.
I don't.
I was trying to knock his Grogu over. I was trying to.
Yeah, see that works. That works.
If I reach up,
I
that's
could
not gonna
tickle
look right,
Brent.
Jeff.
Yeah. Oh my God! Here we go. Here we go. All right. So tonight, for those of you that have been watching for the last 5 weeks or so, normally we've got like a list of questions and a couple things, but with so much to talk about, basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw something out there. If you feel that it sticks, if it's sticky for you, then just dive on it. And we're going to get into it. And of course, for everyone watching, there will be spoilers. So please be aware this is not a spoiler-friendly show. Unless you enjoy spoilers, in which case it's extremely spoiler-friendly because we got all the spoilers tonight. So
friendly and furry.
Let's get into it. We're going to start things off a little bit light. I was going to start off with the arrogance of the Jedi, but we'll get there. We'll get to the arrogance of the Jedi. Look at Marcus. Look at Mr. Deacon. Already. Look at the
He's
face.
already shaking his head.
Look at the face. Already the arrogance of the Jedi. But tell me I'm wrong once we get to that point. I'm wrong once we get to that point, but we're gonna get
That's
there.
a nice lightsaber you got there, D.
Yeah. let me see that again. Let's see that lightsaber again. Go ahead. Go ahead. Turn that lightsaber.
Dual-sided, yes.
Yeah, I will do a lightsaber.
Wait. Hold on. Let me get a close up on that. Hold that a little bit closer.
Quite furry. Very furry.
What about this, Boo?
Yeah. You got some furry lightsabers there. All right, so let's talk about Cad Bane, but specifically his very extremely tiny hat. Was it just
his hat?
Was it just me, or was his hat?
He wasn't
comically small.
overcompensating for
It
anything.
couldn't have been that. It couldn't have been that short because you couldn't see his face at first.
Well, because he was like this all the time.
It wasn't like he was wearing his hat.
Right.
Come on, man. God
Well,
damn.
if you take a look at him through Clone Wars and Rebels, and his hat, the size changed, right?
Every
He never
single
was.
time.
It was never the same size hat ever.
Thank you.
And-
Ahsoka's entrance was longer
you
too.
know.
Yeah.
Just so that
It's a-
agitation.
I do
Come
love the
on.
fact that they kept the same voice actor though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
That was important.
I'm calling it. He's gonna shoot someone in the pikes that has a better hat than them and take the hat. I'm calling it now.
Oh.
I just
All
when we
right.
first see Cad Bane, I think we first see him in the Clone Wars, yes, in the
Yes.
animated series, and his hat is comically oversized.
Huge.
He
Right,
has
it's
like a foam
Carmen San
sombrero,
Diego size, right?
right? and then now it's just like
We were
was it a
screaming
budget
at the
thing?
TV like that can't be Cat Bane. It can't be him because his hat's too small.
Well, who else
I,
has
th- I think
But it
I
look.
think it's a similar thing with Indiana Jones where it's not really the fedora. They actually had to cut the brim, and I think it's a lot of it has to do with lighting. I mean, they're in the desert planet and two suns and everything, but still the lighting is kind of tricky. So it's a smaller
I
hat.
just think
I
he put it in the wrong cycle in the laundry. and just
I'm
shrunk
not
it.
buying that. You need a big hat in the desert. Big hat.
So yeah, you would think.
But overall, I
Um,
think the costume looked great. I thought
It was
everything
a great
looked great.
appearance.
Yeah.
Great reveal. I mean, the handling of it, very Western. Love
Yeah,
him
that
coming, the
was
silhouette coming in, the brim. Yeah, I mean, all of that was really well done.
even down to the blaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Were we all catching like, obviously like spaghetti western, the good, the
Oh.
bad, and the ugly vibes?
Oh,
There
yeah.
were a couple of like those quick shots where they went between, the marshal, the deputy, and then Cad, and it was just it was
That-
great.
I mean,
What a
and Cad
moron.
was based off of Lee Van Cleef also, so it's
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
it's such a great thing.
And now that I think about it,
Um,
that's almost the exact size of Clint Eastwood's hat in those movies.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah, could be more of just a Western thing.
Could be.
I'm excited for Cobb Vanth to be in it more. I'm just since we're talking about that initial thing, like Timothy.
I was very happy to see Timothy Oliphant
Oliphant?
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Timothy-
because it
Timothy
goes from Seth Bullock to Raylan Givens, and now he's. I mean, it's just great Western characters that he's played, and this one just up there as well. I can't wait to see him more.
So
My question is he dead?
oh yeah. Yeah, I was just
No,
gonna
he's
ask.
not dead.
No.
He's
No.
not
They
Oh,
kept
dead.
saying like,
I think
"Oh,
he took a shoulder shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like
has he
The dumb
probably has
deputy
the
saved him.
Clint- Yeah, he probably has the Clint Eastwood thing where in
He's got
for
like
this
that
a little steel plate.
Steel plate.
No.
Yeah,
It-
that he probably broke up the little door of where the spice was, and he just has that underneath.
Oh, that's funny.
No, it was a warning to that town. So why would you kill the sheriff if he's the de facto leader or the marshal?
Yeah, but he
Sure.
killed the hell out of the deputy. Like,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Bolts
He
and
shot the
definitely-
sheriff and he
Yeah,
killed the fuck
but-
out of the deputy.
His
That-
ass up.
That guy was expendable.
And by
Yeah,
the way,
we-
I called the antagonist last week. We were waiting for one, and there's your antagonist right there.
The deputy.
So
No, the Cad Bane.
Yeah.
Cad Bane.
I've got something for predictions for Cad Bane in the finale, and I'm on the opposite side of that fence.
uh-oh.
But we
What
can talk.
do you think?
well,
Let's
I just,
talk about it. What you
if We're
got?
looking at Cad Bane and Boba Fett have a relationship.
They
They have a relationship.
He's the
that's
one that dented his
canonical.
bucket.
And
Mhm.
yeah, well, so outside of like the stuff from a series perspective that hasn't happened yet, those episodes ended up not happening where they kind of had the storyboard or the CGI whatever for that duel, which would be awesome if we get it. But like up to now in the material we've seen in Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, Cad Bane and Boba Fett have had kind of like a mentor-mentee thing because Jango actually was a mentor for Cad Bane. So there is a relationship there, and I wonder if he won't turn tail on the Pikes, especially if things start to go against the Pikes.
Not with all that money involved, he ain't.
If I may quote Cad Bane, where's my money?
Yeah, but Cad Bane's a survivor, dude. He's like 71 years old or whatever. Like he will turn when he needs to because it's going to keep him alive. I think.
So how old do we think he actually is? Because he's what, a Duros Is that his species?
Well,
Something like that. I think
Yeah,
Duro-
and
Duro-
it's a similar
Duro, yeah.
similar lifespan to a human. So
Yeah, and he
He's
was
old.
born in 62 BBY, which I only know because I TikToked like for 3 hours today looking for Star Wars stuff.
Nerd.
But he was born in 62 BBY, which makes him about 71 now,
okay,
which is wild.
but he still got it.
Yeah.
I mean,
He got it.
Yeah.
They
Alien,
were
whatever.
talking about maybe retconning, like, okay, maybe they don't live as long as humans. Maybe they live a little longer or something, because like that was a comic book thing, I think. And so,
Yes.
you know,
It's also
they
the
can always
role-playing
retcon
game.
whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, right now,
Well-
everything's up for grabs. They can change anything they want.
Yeah, they retcon Yoda's lightsaber, right?
Yes, they.
Yeah.
Well,
Because all the lightsabers were
Yeah.
destroyed in the right.
no,
Didn't
because
they just
Well, Yoda got
Yoda
away.
probably
so
took
he would've
his
kept
to
it.
dig.
Yeah.
Yoda got away, but without his lightsaber. The question is, how did Luke get it?
That's
the
right.
same way? What's her name got Luke's saber in one of the sequels?
Yeah, I'm so glad she got it.
They used the Force. I mean, Luke used the Force to.
Well, maybe
Oh, that's
Yoda
right, yes.
did have
Let's
it,
just use the Force.
and
It
we
was
just
in this box. I got this box here.
maybe Yoda,
when Yoda
I mean,
died.
Yoda was on Dagobah for a long time. Maybe he built another lightsaber.
Now, in the-
wait a minute.
What's up?
We all watched him vanish away into the Force. Why would not Luke take some of his stuff?
Oh,
that
I'm
was-
sure he
We're
did.
just trying to figure out.
Well,
because he
did
left
Yoda
it
have his
in
lightsaber?
Revenge of the Sith. He lost it.
Right,
So
he
he
lost
He
it.
must have built another one. Is what I'm saying.
Remember, this is going forward. You know, so when Yoda passed away,
Yeah.
that was nothing left on that was it. So
Yeah,
why
but-
would not Luke take what he had? I'm
But
just
he-
saying.
we're trying to figure
Yeah,
out
but
how
we're-
he had it.
I'm
Because he lost
telling
it.
you how he had it.
No,
It's
but
because
no,
he
how
had-
Yoda had it. Because Yoda
mean how-
lost it in Revenge of Sith.
Nah,
Right,
Yoda
he-
probably picked that up. Come on,
No,
man.
Well,
Throne's handed.
What did he
We
like
saw-
loop back
we saw
around?
him fall and
It's
go
not
all the
like-
way to the.
This guy was like Grandmaster. You don't think you could have made another one in
Well,
between?
yeah, he
That's
probably
what I
made another
said.
one.
That's what Jeff was
That's
saying.
exactly what I said.
I mean,
Eventually he made it.
Ahsoka
Charlie
made-
Miss Molly.
made more.
So,
He had a
so, Luke,
lightsaber.
so Luke went on Macari or eBay and just picked up one. Just to-
Awesome.
He might have went on Amazon. We don't know.
He'd be like, "Oh shit, Bale, hold on, man, turn around. I dropped my lightsaber. Can we just loop back to the Senate real quick? We pick it up. I think they're gone. Let me go pick that shit up again."
Battle around must turn. Saber I lost. Must pick it up.
I mean, we
Thank you.
we
I was
also
like, why
keep
are you talking
Much better.
we also keep hearing new things that the Force can do, like healing and all that. So there's nothing to say that Yoda didn't just make his lightsaber follow him all the way to wherever he,
You know
ended
what?
up, like,
That's a great point, because if Rey and Kylo can have like intergalactic FaceTime weird like freaking
Oh,
geeky time
that's
and
right.
Sexual
hand each other,
fantasies.
right? I mean, if they can hand each other lightsabers back and forth with shirtless Kylo, then why couldn't Yoda just joink, just grab the saber?
shirtless Yoda.
Shirtless
Maybe
Yoda.
Oh,
that
that's
maybe
furry.
one
That's
of
very
them
furry.
has to be shirtless to be
Shirtless-
able to have
That's
that.
like a shirtless Jawa. I don't
Quite
know.
furry. Very furry.
Yeah.
Bad.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know what? Now I kind of want someone to do like to show like Yoda in like a Calvin Klein type ad, where he's just like wearing some jeans, no shirt, just chilling, But I would venture to say that he probably built himself a new lightsaber. I think that's plausible. He was on Dagobah for at least, as far as we know, 18 years, right? 19, 20 years before, about 20 years before Luke gets there. Plenty of time to make a lightsaber.
Sure.
And I know it's not canon, but there's a book series called Incredible Cross Sections. I'm sure we've all probably seen these things. Yeah. Dino, no? Oh, you've got to check it out. Incredible Cross Sections. They're great. They are great. They were canon, but obviously they're not anymore. But there's one that shows Yoda's hut on Dagobah, and I think they do show like a little box where his lightsaber is and things like that. There's another cross section of Obi-Wan's hut, and shows all kinds of really cool stuff.
They show Jedi's huts in those books.
No, not the huts.
That's what she
His
said.
hut, his domicile. Not
Oh,
like
sorry.
yeah. Oh,
Is that like
And show
Star Wars?
Obi-Wan.
Is that the Star Wars Zillow? They go and you get a tour of everyone's
That's
abode.
exactly what it is. Yes.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Drink your beer. Drink your beer. All right. So, I'm calling it right now for 2022. The quote "Think it through" is officially replacing "Fuck around and find out." I think we can all agree on that because
Great moment.
Marshall said it twice. He was like, "Think it through," and those three pikes didn't think it through, and then the smart one did, and he said it again, and I love that. Think it through.
I'm going to officially apply that to talking to my 14-year-old.
There you go. Anyone, anywhere you go, think it through.
Well, I love the fact that it showed that Cobb Vanth, even without armor, is pretty badass.
He is.
He
is.
You give Timothy Oliphant a pistol, and you're never going to convince me that he's not the most badass person I've seen today.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well,
fair.
they did.
He
That's one alive or something.
That's a good point. I would like someone to give Timothy a burger though. He is frighteningly thin, and I feel that he probably should eat something. A bantha steak.
Sandwich.
Ain't shit. He's in the desert. Ain't shit to eat.
There's
I
Jawa
agree.
juice.
I think the
Jawa
town was,
juice.
I think
Really,
the
really,
town is on
Tommy?
hard times.
Yeah.
Okay, well that Weequay guy, he's pretty chunky. What's he eating? The bartender. He's eating something.
He's the bartender from Deadwood.
That's why there's less.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
The fat shame bartenders
free
today.
or free news or whatever. Free burgers.
They
Free
probably
burgers.
they probably ate off that crate dragon for like years, right?
No, the
Oh, at
Jawas-
least.
I'm sorry, that same
Jawas
crawler
have
with
that.
the crate dragon skull on it was
The
sick.
That was pretty-
man.
that was
cool.
Man, I
right
told you,
on.
y'all
I dug
y'all
that.
was gangster. They gangster. I keep trying to tell you, stop
They
playing.
pimped their ride. They pimped their ride.
Right?
Exactly.
They're gangsta. They're furry gangsta.
Yes, Dino.
Yes.
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 That explains to me how Dave Filoni and Favreau kind of are. That at least the things that I like that they're doing is kind of like what little kids do, and they're like, well, I have this Jawa thing, and I have this little skeleton from Jurassic Park. I'm gonna put it on top, and I'm gonna because that's what it feels like. They're just like, all right, we have all these kind of toys, and yeah, why not? Why
They put
not?
the
then
ribs in the
carry it?
in the
They
cantina.
did.
Right.
They did. I
put
saw that. The
in
ribs were
bar.
inside.
That was cool.
Oh, they ate. They just took all the meat off the bone too. They ate really, really, really well. Blood Sith is in here, and he brought up an interesting question. I was going to bring this up a little bit later, but so what did you guys think of the way that Luke looked in deep fake? I thought it was flawless. Let's talk about
Way
that.
better than last
He
time.
looked way better than in
Yeah,
Mandalorian,
yeah,
and I
absolutely.
think that has a lot to do with because Lucasfilm hired what's his name, Shamook, who did a better deep fake than Lucasfilm did,
Oh, really?
and then Luke. And yeah,
Oh, that's right. There was he was doing deep fakes
that
on
YouTuber
YouTube.
guy.
Yeah.
Right. He's a YouTube deepfake guy, and he like, hey, look, this is how I would have done it, and it was way better than what Lucasfilm did. And so Lucasfilm said, "You're hired."
Yeah.
So I would bet that his hiring had a lot to do with how good Luke looked in this. I mean, the lighting. There's still a tiny bit of vacancy in his eyes sometimes, but
Yeah.
but overall it was so much better. There was a much more natural movement in his facial expressions. I mean, you could tell that Luke was being very stoic, and that was probably because the less motion that there is, the easier it is to deepfake. But I mean, otherwise, it was much better in various lighting than
They got a robot doing his voice too. That's why he's also stoic.
That's probably that's the other
during,
that's
like, the
another
Jedi
good point.
training video sequence. I mean, he's bouncing around on those logs and stuff. It's still the whole face was still, it wasn't like it was floating around in the body. It was pretty cohesive.
No, they did a really good job. I was impressed.
Did they decide doing like the deepfake stuff because of like a response to Solo and young Han Solo being an actor, and they're like, well, I guess we should just keep it and not have a younger actor. Do we know?
Honestly, Dino, like they could have thrown Sebastian Stan in that role.
Yes, thank you.
and it would have
Yes!
been fucking perfect.
It would have been perfect. It would have been better.
I think it would have been better. And I love Aiden what's his butt from Solo. Like he's fucking great too. Like just give me more talent. Why do we gotta do this? It was cool. They did a great job. It looked great. But at the same time, like someone said he was a robot or voiced by a robot. Like, yeah, it was Hamill delivering the lines, but they were playing with the pitch and playing with
they were younged up. Yeah, they were younged up.
Yeah. It wasn't Hamill though. They had, or at least it wasn't last season in Mando, because they took all of his lines and put them in Respeecher. It's a program, and that's how they spoke in Mark's voice. Because even Mark was on Twitter going, "I don't know, it's not me." Yeah, it wasn't him. So
I did a very Google search to see if it was him this time, and it said yes, but who knows? That's
he got the credit though. I don't know.
I mean, he would. I feel like he would still get the credit because it's his. It's still his voice.
His likeness.
Do you know what I mean? So they can't like say, Luke Skywalker played by Respeech. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's his face. It's his. It's definitely his face, right? So you can't just use his face and not give him credit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he did Tashi Station shout out before we even knew about it. We basically released that tweet the same exact time the episode dropped with Tashi Station. So
which was great.
Yes, which is great, but that tells me that he knows about it at the very least.
Well, he was definitely on.
He tweeted that a couple years. He tweeted that like last year or the year before. That he retweeted it. Came up in this episode, but that's an old picture. Yeah,
but he was confirmed on set.
Awesome
for the shooting of this season. Like it's not a huge surprise that we see Luke. We knew he was there at some point in time.
Yeah, I don't know if they did it. I just know that's how they did it. And Favreau talked about doing it that way in Mando when he showed up. So that's why I'm like, and he spoke very robotically, kind of in this. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean it was bad. I just mean it was a very like.
It was.
You could kind of tell it wasn't.
Yes. Not a range of tones or feeling. It was just.
That's why I thought maybe it was still Respeecher.
Right, and that's what we were going to talk about. Sebastian Stan versus the uncanny valley of deep fake Luke, and it was just like you just can't get around it. I mean, there's just something about. I understand, like when they did when they had Princess Leia in Rogue One, that and Tarkin. That was
both of them.
Tarkin was weird.
Tarkin was weird.
He was creepy in all the wrong ways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, how you gonna do my dude Will Huff Tarkin that way? Like,
right?
He is literally my favorite character from Star Wars, from the first movie, and like they led him up in Clone Wars well. Like they sprinkled him in, and we got this backstory, and then Rogue One, it was just like awkward and weird. But I don't know. I love Tarkin. He is a great character. And I love the little bit of trivia about his shoes, about how they were too small for his feet. So he was legit just in a bad mood for the entire time, because he was just like
comfortable.
And eventually wore slippers.
There you go.
And apparently they were big fuzzy ones.
So Jackie wants to know what is creepy in the right way, Dino? So we're gonna put you up there. So tell us, what is creepy in the right way?
I'm creepy in the right way.
Hey-o.
Furry. Very furry.
My answer was going to be that.
What I will say, I think it's a missed opportunity. For instance, when they did the movie with De Niro and Pesci and all them, which is, and they de-aged everyone, you still could tell, like, yeah, you can de-age him to be in his 40s, but that's a 80-year-old guy trying to curb stomp someone. Like, it's not going to look right. And if you think about The Godfather Part 2, like, if they would have had that technology back then, would Marlon Brando have just played his younger self? And if so, we wouldn't have probably gotten Robert De Niro's career to be as great as it is, because he wouldn't have been cast as young Corleone, right? So I just think even bringing in Stan, or bring a nobody, right? Bring someone young that can, that looks alike or is a really good actor, and have them give it a whirl, and it's gonna distract less than us trying to be like, how good is that deep fake, right?
Right.
Baby Yoda is animatronic, but we have a fake Luke. It's just weird. It plays tricks on our mind, and we could just be like, that guy looks way too much like Luke Skywalker type of creepy.
I mean,
so
that's
and that
Alec Baldwin and Ian McGregor, same thing. That's all he was. Ian McGregor was playing a younger Alec Baldwin, and then you
Alec Guinness. Alec Guinness.
Why am I saying that?
Alec Baldwin's a different dude.
Jeopardy.
You lost me on that.
I was like, Alec
We're
Baldwin.
tracking, though. We're tracking.
Like, what the, huh?
So,
Sorry, go on.
So
Brett.
you bring up a good point though too, Dino, and so this makes me wonder: are we relying too much on the original cast, the original characters? I know that we need to bridge the gap. I know they're trying to bridge that generational gap with the fans, but are we relying on them too much? I mean, obviously with Boba Fett, we can go whatever direction we want because he had a helmet on the entire time. But, by trying to pluck these 60, 70-year-old characters, out of the story and put them into much younger versions of themselves versus giving us new characters, not even new actors, but new characters. Is this the best way to go, do you think?
New characters.
Well, they're giving us new characters and they kill them off. I feel so bad for Jennifer Beals. I mean, she's got this great Twilight character they could have done something with, and then they blow the canteen up. I mean,
she was gorgeous.
I'm done.
Like her costuming, everything was just
all of it
so
was just
beautiful. And
we don't know if she died, you guys.
Oh,
true.
But you know what?
Darth Maul died when he got cut in half, and guess what? He came back
that's
stronger than ever. So
Jennifer Beals didn't fall from a great height, though. That's how you stay alive.
That's how you know they're coming back.
Right. That's how you know they're coming back.
I think she.
That's why Mace Windu's going to show up.
She loses one of her ponytails, and then she has to swoop it awkwardly. Yeah.
Ponytail. You're not a real
it's called
fan.
a haiku, by the way.
I was going to say haiku, and I knew that was wrong, and I was like, let me just call it ponytail, and it might be funnier.
I will say this though, Max Rebo was not there.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that.
And he was not there when this cantina exploded.
He was conveniently off that night.
Yeah.
He survived the sail barge.
He's survived two kind of crime-related, rebel-related, explosive events.
Does he
coincidence?
have connections? Yeah. That's
so plot twist. We've all been kind of theorizing who the big shot caller is. Who is the big bad in this? We don't know. It's Max Rebo. It might be Max.
Stop it.
Marcus, what's wrong?
No, you have been so far off and left.
What's wrong?
Oh, here we go.
It's like a baseball, and you get bunted, and you're looking for a home run. No.
Okay, well, who's the big bad then? Why could it not be Max Rebo?
Right now, it's the Pikes, goddammit, and whoever.
No, but someone's controlling the Pikes.
Maybe.
Max Rebo is Kaiser Soze in Star Wars.
Maybe some of the Hutts has to do with
Jackie, no. No.
Shut up. They don't do goddamn Jar Jar. Stop it. All right.
He's a Sith, man. He's a Sith. We all know he's Sith.
Darth Jar Jar.
Okay.
Dumb to be a Sith.
Whoa. Let's slow down a little bit. Everybody who's got something to drink.
That's what he wants you to think.
Calm down.
Darth Binks.
If we think about how the series is going, possibly think about how the Hutts just expedited themselves out of the picture.
Yep.
Maybe a Hutt has something to do with the Pikes and what something's going on. I'm just looking at this as logically and what Star Wars does. We introduce somebody, we pull them out. So let's just keep an eye on that. We don't have too many episodes left. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to get
I think we have one episode left.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's going to be a continuation. So I think maybe the Hutts still have something to do with this. I think they pissed off about what happened. So somebody from the Hutt family relation, if it's the twins, has something to do with what's going on, and they're just behind the scenes, just like your boy Palpatine, doing something here. And then I'm just saying,
Well, I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to call it right now.
I'm doing too much. I was so shocked Cad Bane came in there. When I see that dude walking, I said, holy shit, is that Cad Bane? I'm just saying, let's just dumb it down a little bit. So many imaginations right now. The Star Wars universe is so vast. Let's just dumb it down a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I ever do is dumb it down.
I just want to.
You are out of control, dude. You are so
clarify
with this whole damn show.
I just want to clarify
badass that you wanted Boba to be. So you're pissed off. You mad as hell. You pissing in everybody's beer. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to drink it. I don't want it.
Mr.
Deacon,
Deacon wasn't here last week, so he doesn't know.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
Thank God I wasn't here last week.
Deacon, do you really think we were serious about Max Rebo? Like we were making a joke? Like that was a joke.
No. I'm just saying, dude. All the stuff that
Speak for yourself, Jeff.
Theory,
yeah, speak for yourself.
D. Tommy D is he's so mad right now. He's really pissed off. Like that's going in his face.
What?
What
are you talking about?
Badass, and you're mad.
Mr. Deacon's pissing in Tommy D's Cheerios right about now.
What are you talking about,
dude?
What are you talking about? So you know what? I'm going to call it. I'm calling it right now. There's going to be this huge battle in Mos Espa.
Exactly.
Boba Fett and his crew are gonna win it. They're gonna come through. They're gonna save the day. They're gonna go back to the palace.
And what?
And Max Rebo is gonna be sitting in the throne. I'm calling it right now. Max Rebo is gonna be sitting on Boba Fett's throne. And then cut credits.
Crack is bad.
And I want a
Darth
book
Rebo.
of Max Rebo.
Yeah, the Book of Rebo coming up next season.
There we go.
You know, I do want to, Mr. Deacon, you said dumb it down a little bit. I don't know how much dumber it can get than Palpatine is still alive, because he technically is alive. So, I mean, that's what I agree. Like, let's get new blood. Let's get new characters. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, I think if you look at like the trajectory of everything that happened, right? You had the original trilogy was largely about the same handful of people.
Yep.
They introduced us to the prequels and built this beautiful world. I mean, I hated the prequels for a long time, and now like they rival the original trilogy for me. OT still is everything, but what they did is they showed us Obi-Wan, they showed us Anakin, which we only knew as Vader, but they built the rest of the world with all of these new fresh faces that, like, I mean, outside of maybe book readers, you didn't get to see before. Now we're in this cycle where, like, I feel like they tried to make new characters and they did a very poor job writing them in the sequel trilogy, and House of Mouse said, we can't risk losing this $1 billion IP by creating more bad content, so we're just going to lean on what George built in the first place, or Dave built off of George. Like, so there's this weird, like, recycled feeling right now. And while I'm loving every second of new Star Wars content, I do want, like, new Star Wars content. Like, give me a spinoff of just the Marshal. Like, I'd watch the hell out of that.
Right?
Yeah, right. Dude. That's because you're young. You wouldn't even thought of when this stuff came out. Stop the madness, dude.
Oh God!
Well, it's true. I mean, they're giving us all this stuff. All the stuff that they're giving us is what we wanted after Return of the Jedi, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, this is everything I wanted to know or see after I left the theater. After seeing Return of the Jedi, with all these questions, and they're like answering them 40 years later, 30 years later.
Because they were kids. They had the same questions, and now they have the budget and the credentials to answer the question.
They're starting to give the keys to the right people that care, that want to continue the story for the fans, that give a damn and wants to answer these questions.
And there's no debate that this is filling a need. I love everything that I'm watching. This was, again, my favorite episode of the season, and last episode was second favorite. But at the same time, it's also Book of Boba Fett, and Boba Fett's been on screen for 30 seconds.
Yeah, here's my problem with that. So it's in theater, we talk about giving your characters an arc. They haven't had time to do that. They've tried to cram so much into 6 episodes that there's absolutely no time to do it. I mean, the show is all over the place. You know, when you have a show called The Mandalorian, you expect it to be about The Mandalorian. When you have a show called Boba Fett, you expect it to be about Boba Fett, not a prequel for the next season of The Mandalorian.
Right.
I mean, there's absolutely no character arcs for any of these, unlike even the prequels or any of the other films, or The Mandalorian for that matter. I mean, that was entertaining because you saw this progression of the character. All we know is Boba's trying to retain his hold over everything, and he's got this gang that he's assembling to do it. That's it. That's all we got. He was in the show for 30 seconds and had no lines today. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
So
it's kind of insulting. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna have an unpopular opinion that the last 2 episodes were the worst episodes of the Book of Boba Fett.
They weren't episodes.
They were the worst episodes of the Book of Boba Fett.
They weren't.
Okay, they were great episodes for The Mandalorian or for
it was
a
good
Star
TV.
Wars show. Yes,
it was good TV.
But they are completely out of place. This doesn't make any sense. I enjoyed them. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love what happened in them. I don't love or understand why they're happening now. I feel like they're trying to set the stage to bring Grogu. He's going to take the red pill to follow Mandalorian down the rabbit hole, and he's going to end up in this battle. And I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. I think that's dumb. I think it's dumb.
You're going to become a Star Trek fan. You're going to be done with it.
I'm already a Star Trek fan. I like both. I don't care. I'm not.
But you're going to be even more. You're going to be even more. You're going to pull up Babylon 5 and rewatch Babylon 5 again.
I loved everything they did in both those episodes. I just didn't love them in this show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I address a comment?
And one more time, I'll mention this was the Dave Filoni power hour. Basically, he's just like, hey, I get to direct. Guess what? I'm bringing every damn character I've ever made, and I'm putting them on that screen again. And that's what we got.
Ahsoka's so awesome.
We knew that
but
was
she's getting her own show. Like these were all like teases for the other shows, which is great, but not here. It doesn't make sense. It was just way out of place. That's all. That's
so
what I'm saying.
I want to address a comment, Sherry. Don't. No, the baby is pure. No, he's not behind it. Any of it.
Oh yeah, Sherry said it earlier.
No, don't do that to the baby.
Oh, Darth Grogu. Are we thinking Darth Grogu?
Oh hell no.
So all right. So here's something. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's nothing. But you know, we've discussed this before. How the lines of dialogue are not written by accident. You know, maybe there's some fan service thrown in. You know, maybe they do things to us on purpose just because they know that we're going to do this. So
I have a theory on that.
Yeah, so I think sometimes they'll drop shit in there it's going to go nowhere, but they know it's going to rile us up, and we're going to have these like hour-long discussions about absolutely nothing.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But there was something that Luke said when he was talking to Ahsoka. And when Ahsoka had mentioned how much Luke was like his father. Oh, that got me. It got me right in the feels, like all the feels. It got me when she said that. Oh, but anyway, when he said, when Luke said, it's more like he's remembering than it is me teaching.
No doubt.
Now, to me, that felt like clone. You know, like we've already alluded to the fact that Grogu may be a clone of Yoda. Like when we look at him in The Mandalorian, you know, we saw that scientist that had that Kaminoan symbol on his jumpsuit. So we know Kamino's involved in some way with Grogu. But now when he said, you know, it's more like him remembering than it is like me teaching. So is there some sort of, like, for lack of a better term, muscle memory in this clone?
Nah.
No. In Mandalorian,
he was already 50-something years old, man. He was already old. I think when he was talking about the remembering, was talking about that exact moment. And we want to ask, who saved his ass?
Yeah, who saved Grogu?
Like I said, dude, y'all planes is flying, but they should be low. It should be low. You're flying too high right now. You're doing too much, dude.
In The Mandalorian season 2, when they go to blow up the reactor or whatever, and they're working on specimens, and they even talk about the possibility that Grogu is a clone or something like that. And I forget. Oh, it was. I Have Spoken. He says he's not a clone because he used to work as well, and he's like, he basically says that Grogu has, doesn't have any of the qualities of a clone.
I think
the only reason why they
help me remember. I'm going to help you remember. And then what he ends up remembering is being in the Jedi Temple during Order 66, right?
Correct.
Exactly. What he's
so you think that's what he was talking? So you think that's what he was talking about?
His training in the Jedi Temple.
They were just stripping the midichlorians out of him.
Holy. No, you're not wrong.
That's all they
He
were
wasn't a
using
clone.
The scientists for.
Right.
That's the only reason.
They were using
for
him
the clones
to clone.
to be
They were
stronger.
using him to get the midichlorians.
Yeah,
so he's
right.
natural. He's
Yeah.
natural.
Right,
They're trying to get. They're trying to strip Grogu of the juices and the berries to make more force
And
strong.
hopefully this is the last time we gotta hear about midichlorians, right? Like, this is it.
Never. Watch your mouth.
They're the foundation of Star Wars, Dino.
See,
The foundation.
Midichlorians are everywhere.
I think we're
Right,
going to
right.
wrap on midichlorians because now in the universe, no one really knows about them except for Luke, right?
That's true. That's true. It's kind of like a
So
lost.
if he's
lost
not teaching
language.
midichlorians, he doesn't have the little blood tester that Qui-Gon had. Like,
Where he doesn't have the big shaver.
he's not checking his diabetes numbers and finding out he's got 20,000 midichlorians.
I don't think I think it was just generic Jedi that saved him. I don't think
I
they
don't think
really
it's
rescued
generic at
him
all.
because when Order 66 happened, you saw that the generic Jedi lost, and the clones probably ended up taking him.
And the important Jedi survived.
The thing that got me about that Order 66 thing is, yes, who saved Grogu? Sure. But the main thing that resonated with me was the fact that was very clearly the 501st, which means they were on Coruscant at the main Jedi Temple. So this Yoda species was there for probably close to 50 years. And
At
like
least,
Yoda
right?
was just like, I clouded the dark side.
Right. How did he not? How did he not know about Palpatine?
So if that was, it did look like it was at the temple on Coruscant, because I guess it was a 501st, clearly. So then, if that's the case, could that potentially be Yoda's offspring? With Yaddle. Yoda and Yaddle, they hooked up.
I was waiting for it.
I mean, they hooked up because now seeing that, seeing that he was potentially snatched from the temple. I mean, maybe the species doesn't need to copulate. Maybe they grow from eggs or something. I mean, he is kind of reptilian, so maybe
she did disappear from the other episodes, right?
Yeah.
Like,
what happened to her?
I am
She got
Tommy
killed.
is saying
She
that
had-
weird
she
things
got
about
killed.
it.
Cover your ears, you have one. Cover your ears.
She got killed trying to save Anakin. That's how y'all died. She got
She
killed.
sacrificed herself.
She sacrificed herself
for the kids.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so were they, after they killed the Jedis, were they pointing at Grogu as in like, let's kill him?
Let's get him. No, let's get him.
No, let's get him.
Right.
I think
Yeah,
he's
let's
been a
just-
prisoner
so-
of them since then. I think that that's how he was in Moff Gideon's hands in the first place.
Yeah.
He's been in Imperial. It wasn't the Empire at the time, but Imperial. He was about to make it the Empire. He's been in
Right.
Imperial hands since the Purge.
Oh yeah.
So
And that
is
was
him
the
remembering-
best scene. That was the best scene in the whole show. Seeing those Jedi get killed, that was the best thing I've seen in the entire series. Watching Jedi die makes my heart happy. It makes my heart happy.
What was the first episode in The Mandalorian? He found him. He was in this little pod. So he couldn't have been in Imperial hands the whole time. Somebody saved him. That's the big question we're trying to find out. Who saved Grogu and took Grogu wherever the hell they went? He wasn't in their hands. The Mandalorian, remember, he put in his little hand, finger in like, who is this? So he couldn't have been in Imperial hands the whole time. He had to be saved because they said, fine, we need that. Find the packets. Find the one. So he was already, if maybe he got
somebody else snatched him. Somebody snatched him.
Yeah, somebody.
When Mando finds him, he's under the control of like a gang. Like, so someone stole him.
But that's not Imperials. They're not Imperials. They're not Quilm. They're not Imperials.
No, but I'm saying if the Imperials,
why was Imperials go to this spot?
Whoa!
I like that comment.
It
doesn't make sense.
Got him at the temple. There's time that passed between then and when Mando found him.
Right.
So someone
No.
Imperial
Just
hands.
stay under Imperial control the whole time. I'm just saying that's not right. Maybe they had him at one point, but
Yeah,
not
that's all I'm saying.
They definitely had him after Order 66.
I
right?
disagree.
That's what we're
Yeah.
saying.
I disagree because the inhibitor chips want them to specifically kill all Jedis.
Yeah,
So they
why
would
would
have
they want
executed
But
people
he
alive?
was
Grogu
a
wasn't a
youngling.
Jedi.
He was a
Yeah.
youngling. He wasn't.
Grogu
He
wasn't
was
a Jedi.
Yeah.
they
Yeah, but
killed the
Anakin
kid.
killed
the
the
last
youngling.
Jedi we
Point,
see
though.
killed in front of Jimmy Smits was a young Jedi, a Padawan.
You know what?
Who said that Organa may have come in and saved him? Organa could have saved him. We don't know
It's-
that.
You know what? It's
Jimmy Smits
entirely
can run.
possible. Brent brings up a really good point. It's entirely possible that the clone, what we see the clone troopers going after Grogu to take him out, not necessarily to capture him, because they had orders, Order 66, that Chip said all Jedi, they're all enemies, and Palpatine certainly would not want to snatch him up. Palpatine wants them all wiped out. So it's entirely possible that he got scooped up by somebody else. You know, before, or there could have been an explosion, it knocked the clone troopers out, and then somebody was like, oh, hey, look, a baby. Yeah, right. I can sell this on eBay. Or something. I mean,
I.e. Mace Windu with his one hand.
There you go.
We're buying
Or-
lightsabers.
We're gonna see
babies
Mace
on
Windu next week.
YouTube. Or
I would love that with all my heart and all.
We're
Or-
gonna see Mace
Oh,
Windu
they-
next week.
there we go. It was
Where-
Han Solo. Han Solo saved Grogu.
Where was
Oh.
R2D2 during the order? Because R2D2 had a whole conversation with Grogu, right? So did R2D2 come in and save him and
maybe.
blast off?
I mean, but we know Han Solo, he has a gift for coming in, swooping in at the last minute and saving the day. So him and Chewie could have been flying by and be like, oh, hey, what's that? Scoop. But I'm kind of rolling with what Jonathan is saying right here. The extraterrestrials, the ETs, they're controlling all of it. Right?
Home.
They're running all of it. I mean, if we look at the movie, when ET saw that little boy dressed up like Yoda,
He was that's okay.
Home.
yeah.
That's fair.
So it could
All
go
the
either
same
way.
Universe. All the
It
same
is.
universe.
All right,
Yeah,
so
by the
Became
same
a senator.
all right, so here we go. This is the big one. So,
Uh-oh.
Mr. Deacon, I want you to just relax for a moment and take a deep breath before we
Man,
get
that
started,
is so
please.
good. I'm just looking at. I try to
All
look
right.
at things logically.
Just
At that point,
it's Star Wars. There's people with it's like people using magic and magic wands and this. There's no logic here. And
Hey, Mr. Deacon.
That Lord of the Rings, dude. This is not goddamn. Oh,
Doug, did you not say that Star Wars is more high fantasy than it is science fiction?
Star Wars is fantasy, not science fiction. There
you go. All right, we'll dive into that on
Mr.
another
Deacon.
show.
Woosa. Grusfaba.
Woosah, calm down. The arrogance of the Jedi. I've said this once, I'll say it a million times. Luke Skywalker is repeating the mistakes that brought down the Jedi to begin with. He and Ahsoka, and I was surprised by this with Ahsoka.
That seemed odd, yeah.
She says, I don't choose for anybody. But no, Ahsoka, you did choose. You did choose for Din. You completely manipulated that. They could have given Din that moment with Grogu. She was like, it's going to be harder for him. But again, you've got Luke and Ahsoka deciding what they think is best for Grogu. And when we've heard it before, only the Sith deal in absolutes. Not true. Not true at all. The Jedi also deal in absolutes. You have a choice, lightsaber or armor. Which one do you want? Why can't he have both?
That's not an absolute. That's not an absolute. That's not an absolute.
I've said what I've said. Go.
That's right out of Lone. That's right out that choice that Grogu has is right out of Lone Wolf and Cub, that old samurai movie, right? The Ronin's got this an actual baby, and he's got like a ball and a
great series.
Sword.
Great
and
series.
He's like, choose. It's
Does
like
anyone think
wow.
he's not gonna go Grogu Baggins? I mean, he's gonna totally take the armor and go back to Mandalorian.
All right,
He's gonna do both. He's gonna do
Jamie.
both.
Jamie, you're itching. Go ahead.
Yes. So, my husband and I both were saying this earlier. he did have a play on words. He never once sat there and said that Grogu, could not have both technically. He just said he had to pick. So, yes, he just said you have to choose. He didn't say.
Well, he did give the ultimatum. He said that
you have to choose one or the other.
One or the other, though. Yeah.
That doesn't mean that, oh, well, whatever path you choose, you're still not going to get this other item.
That's not the same what you're saying. You're adding something at the end of it. He said, right now you have a choice, this or that. He didn't say nothing about take this and come back later. He never said that. We can't confuse the two. No, that's an absolute. You don't have a choice.
Yoda says the same thing to Luke, right?
So right.
Luke had a lightsaber.
Luke had to make a similar choice.
You're going to not be a Jedi anymore. You're going to lose all the work that we've done is going to go down the toilet.
Exactly.
He's doing
who made that same decision? Luke made that same decision in Empire Strikes Back.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he chose his friends.
He left. Yeah. He left for his attachments and then came back and completed his training.
So do you think Luke's own experience from Empire is going to somehow manipulate or change this presentation of this?
Absolutely, it's all he knows. Yes. It's all he knows. So of course, and they're already making the choice for Grogu. He was like, you're going to be the first student. He's just trying to get tuition to keep his college running. It's like Mr. Deacon. It's like the Ohio Media School all over again. It's like they're just trying to scam some young kids out of their tuition. But I still don't think that he was. Yes, Grogu was given a choice. It's like either become a great Jedi and work with me, or go run off with your friend. But you have to leave one of these lives behind. And why?
Is it an illusion of choice? Is it a matrix in the Star Wars universe?
I think he wants to find out his severity. Whether because he made a comment earlier, I don't think his heart is in it.
Yeah.
And so I think they are giving him this choice to see how serious he is. Doesn't mean, like I said, he can't have both items. Doesn't mean he's not going to see Mando again. But I think that he is seeing where his feelings lie, if he is being for real about his training or not.
Well, he's traumatized, though. When Luke
100%
said, I'm going to help you remember, what he chooses to remember is not, his origins.
I agree, Sherry. I agree.
It's
that's shit.
Order 66. I mean, that's what he figures out.
Yeah.
I mean, if we remember right back to with Ahsoka, she had that same ultimatum: take your Padawan status back, or you get out of the Jedi Order. But yet, what is she doing?
She left.
Yeah,
she left, and now she's back.
She's not back.
She's not back.
She's
not back.
She's not back like I'm a Jedi. She's back like I'm being generally helpful, and I happen to be force sensitive and have badass dual wielding.
At the same time, though, she trained. Who's the guy in Rebels? The main character, the kid from Ezra.
Ezra, yeah.
She still mentored him, even though she wasn't his master. All right, she's more like that guidance that people need because she's seen both sides.
She's very much a Ronin. She is a Ronin, 100%.
Yeah, she was pushing
the cool on. She's the cool one.
Yeah.
Right.
She was pushing the no attachments thing, though. I felt like that was out of character.
Anything,
right. I agree.
If anything, she's definitely more of a gray Jedi if I would put her in a placement.
But it sounds like she's drinking the Kool-Aid again. She's drinking the Jedi Kool-Aid again by talking about the no attachments.
But her conversation with Grogu was very
wrong either. I mean, she was right. If he was to see Din, it's going to upset them both. It's going to hurt them more because he's going to have to leave.
But maybe it's that
chainmail on.
I don't think she was encouraging away from attachments. I think she was genuinely looking out for their best interests.
I agree.
Because I think she gets relationships more than anyone. She literally
said attachments.
She did. And here's the thing about the Jedi. The Jedi, in my opinion, they fear emotion. They fear attachment. And I don't think that they need to. Because, they do preach, love everyone, love everything in the galaxy. They are intergalactic hippies, but you can't have any love or attachment. And I get it. I get that that's like, a tenet of Buddhism. And I understand that. I totally get it. But in this particular case, I think if we've got Grogu and Din, that could very well have made Grogu stronger. Because now there's that love fueling him.
Or it can push him to the dark side because he...
Right. Yeah. It could push the dark side. But this is the problem with the Jedi.
No risk, no reward.
If the Jedi trained properly and they trained for that, then you could have that attachment with little risk of moving over to the dark side. But it's that forbidden thing. And that forbidden thing that's that forbidden fruit that we always want to eat. That's what happened to Anakin. The only reason Anakin went to the dark side because he loved too much. He fucking loved everybody, like legit.
It wasn't love, though. It wasn't love that made Anakin go to the dark side. It was the fear of losing. Right. So have the Jedi teach that instead of what I think we're building toward. I think first off, if you think about it,
look at the fear in Luke. Luke's fear drove him underground.
Luke Skywalker is still Luke. Will eventually be Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, right? Mm-hmm. That has not been retconned. That is what we are building towards. So he has to make some of these same mistakes on that path. And the thing is, I think what we're eventually working toward is a rebranding, for lack of a better word, of the Jedi faith. I think we are going to work to a place where they say, look, attachments are not forbidden, but you have to be able to let go. Kanan Jarrus showed us that in Rebels more than any other character because he was space dad. He had the entire family. He had Uncle Joey and Zeb. I guess he's probably more like Uncle Jesse. But
so it was like Full House, right? It was Full House.
It was Full House. He had Ezra. He had his kids. He had Ezra and Sabine. He had Hera, his wife. But, they weren't married. But and he was able to, at that moment, cut that attachment, understand that he had to be the one to sacrifice in order to make it. Like Kanan Jarrus and Qui-Gon Jinn are probably, this is my controversial hot take, we'll do a show about it. Kanan Jarrus and Qui-Gon Jinn are the best examples of a Jedi ever. And
I agree 100%.
We should be studying the teachings of Kanan and Qui-Gon.
I agree because they had balance. They had true balance.
But is it different between them sacrificing themselves or losing a loved one? That is the major difference between the stories. I mean, look at Obi-Wan Kenobi and Satine. Let's say they did because they loved each other. Secretly, they loved each other.
Him and Satine,
If he became closer to her, if she would have said the word, he even said it while she was dying. If she would have said the word, he would have left the order.
Yeah.
He probably would have raged when Maul killed him, if that was the case. I personally think they are probably the best. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think, is 100% one of the best Jedis because of that. Because he did lose a love interest. It wasn't him sacrificing. It was her. And he still held to it.
I think the problem with Obi-Wan, I think what held Obi-Wan back eventually was he tried too hard to do what the Jedi told him was the right thing. And we saw that in the Phantom Menace, when he told Qui-Gon, if you would just kind of toe the line, you'd have a seat on the council, but then Qui-Gon saw things differently. He saw that you could embrace the Jedi way by, being mindful of the living force, being mindful of the here and now, being able to control the fear of loss and there's loss in everything. And that's something that the Jedi don't teach. It's like, I'm not going to be attached to anything because I know I'm going to lose it, but they don't teach you how to deal with that loss. They just tell you to shut yourself down and close yourself off from anything instead of teaching you how to deal with it and potentially embrace something more powerful.
And if you think about it, Obi-Wan was indoctrinated from a toddler.
A young age.
Yeah. 100%.
The reason he towed that line so hard.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan was not. Obi-Wan was caught later on in life. He didn't almost make it to the academy because they said he was too old.
Right. He was 12. He had been in the academy for a long time, but he was 12. He was 12 before Qui-Gon got him.
Not wrong, Jackie.
With children, and even May said that you too old too. They almost kicked Anakin about that.
That's right. Yeah.
They don't deal with that.
But with Obi-Wan, we don't know for sure yet.
Qui-Gon's the fighters I sense in you. Yeah, I'm just saying. My thing is this, and I'll be done with it. What's better?
She's not wrong.
Would we rather,
She's
hold on.
100%
Would
right.
we rather see Grogu grab the armor or grab the lightsaber?
Both.
What makes the better storyline?
Armor. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a completely
armor.
Okay, then there's a storyline. So
there's reason to believe that
makes
if he
this to me
stays as
that
a-
he would probably grab the armor. Fuck you, Luke. I'm rolling out.
Yeah,
and it probably makes a better storyline. So I'm looking at what's a continuation. What's going to make the next?
What's the best
Boba Fett
interest for the
29,
mass?
what makes a better story for Disney to keep this continuation going?
Well, and the
I
mouse
can
needs
see-
to keep him alive because if
We
he
can all
does
dance
become a
what we
Jedi,
love.
Kylo Ren's gonna murder all the students.
No,
I'm just saying.
Well, that's
what-
interesting because we never saw Grogu.
What makes sense?
See, to me,
No,
it makes
armor
sense that
or
he grabs
lightsaber?
the armor. It grabs the armor because
Totally.
why did Anakin fall? You know, it's in the music. Duel of the Fates. If Obi-Wan lives and Qui-Gon dies, Anakin falls. Duel of the Fates. Why? Because Obi-Wan was the brother. Qui-Gon was the father Anakin never had. Now, look at Grogu. Luke is the brother. And Din Djarin is the father he never had. So maybe going to Din and then coming back after realizing, okay, I can still see you and go on my path.
You really
prevent him from ultimate falling.
see, and I agree, Brent, because you really think he's going to turn him away if that was the case. I don't think that would happen.
No,
I'll tell you what, this is probably the only time I will ever say this in my life, but I agree with Mr. Deacon. It's the only time I'm ever going to say this. And I think that I know. I think that by Grogu, from a storytelling perspective anyway, I think by Grogu grabbing the lightsaber, it's going to create a layer of conflict and drama that we'll be able to follow along with, because I think he'll continuously be a little conflicted and missing Din. If he goes off with Din, then that's a wrap. Story
We're
over.
not going to see that. We're not going
Lone
to
Wolf
see
and
that.
Cub.
No, actually, I said
Mandalorian coming up.
it was opposite. The opposite.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with
it's,
Mr.
it's pretty
Deacon.
clear that he's going to take the armor and go with Mandalorian, only because that's
Yep.
the next show, right? I mean, that's where the
That's
continuity's
season
gonna go.
3.
If he takes the lightsaber, all he does is start training
Train.
for the rest of his life. You know,
Yep.
what are we going
And
to?
episode 7 will be him more training
I mean,
and no
what's
more
that about?
Boba Fett still.
and they're already
No more
have
Boba Fett, yeah.
canceled.
The finale of
training
Boba Fett will
montages.
be Grogu training.
Boba who? What?
Yes, seriously.
They already have the capsule on the Naboo shit. So I
Right.
They
mean,
do.
they're gonna
They've
put
already got the
Yeah.
little bubble, the little
It's
Grogu
foreshadowing.
bubble.
That's
I
all
have this.
foreshadowing.
I have this question though, and because I agree with Deacon. I think he's going to take the armor, but he doesn't have a way to get to Tatooine, except maybe hitching a ride. Luke gives him a ride.
Mm-mm,
So if
Ahsoka.
Luke gives him a ride to Tatooine and finds out who Djarin's working with, what's the reaction going to be?
So now you think Luke joins Boba
No,
in,
I don't-
in the
No,
fight.
No.
No.
I don't know.
that
I'm
would
saying,
be fire!
what's his reaction? He's gonna be,
Oh my
that guy.
Luke's
No.
going
He
to take
won't have a
Grogu to
reaction.
Tatooine,
He's not
not
part of
knowing
it.
about Boba Fett, and then Luke is going to be like, Boba Fett?
Where?
No.
He's like, I put his ass in the Sarlacc once. I'll do it again. I know that was Han did.
Dave
No, Han
Filoni
did
has
that.
set it up already. It's going to be Ahsoka taking him there. Why? Because who does Cad Bane hate more than Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker? Ahsoka.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's good.
I like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I
All
would
right,
like to see Luke's reaction when he finds out who
who's running shit?
Mandalorian's working with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think it'd be like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like I sent you to be with your uncle, and your uncle is dealing drugs over here with, or what? You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
like
What the heck?
letting
Uncle
the
Jesse, what are you doing? What?
yeah.
Right, Uncle Jim. All right, we're gonna wrap things up, but I want everyone's final thoughts and predictions before we wrap it up. Don, the new guy, what are your final thoughts and predictions for next week?
You know what? This show is all over the place. I don't have a clue. I do agree with Deacon. I think he's gonna, if we see the choice in the next episode, he's gonna take the armor, which sets us up for Mandalorian season 3. I don't think him taking the lightsaber makes any sense because again, he's gonna end up spending all his time training, and who cares about that? That's not gonna make a show. and I don't think both is an option either. So I think that's where it's going to go. Other than that, I mean, who knows who we're going to see? I mean, we could see anybody. Jar Jar could show up again. Who knows? It's all over the place. And,
Darth Banks.
And, they got to focus this thing, or it's going to go weird.
Tommy.
That's all I got.
All right, Mr. Deacon.
Woo, Lord have mercy. I think during this battle, at the end, you're going to see Mace.
Mace Windu.
Really?
That would be awesome.
I think Mace is going to make an appearance. Maybe we're going to find out who saved Grogu during that period of time. And I think, like I said, I think he's going to take the armor, and that's going to be disaster. But I think it'll make a better storyline for him to, like you said, if I grabbed the lightsaber, what's going on? But grabbing the armor would make something else, and then Den's going to have to face a situation like, why are you here? What are you doing? And I honestly think something's going to happen to Grogu. I hate to say that. I think it might be the end of Grogu. If Grogu take that armor and go back and involve himself, that's something that he has nothing to deal with, I don't think it's going to end pretty. All
right, well, let me ask you this. What happens when Mace Windu shows up, when the man who murdered Boba Fett's father shows up? What happens?
I think it's going to be a chill moment because Boba's going down that path to now he got to ask himself, what did Jango do? Who is he working for? I'm going on another path. My character is developing. Don't get me wrong, you killed my dad, but why? When Mace say why, I think they might meet some type of compromise. They might not like it. I think it's going to be an impasse. You go your way, I go my way. I'm helping you deal with these pikes. Ain't no more spice. And it is what it is. We'll see.
I don't know about that.
I love it. Either way it goes, I love it.
I would love to see Mace show up. But I think if Boba sees Mace, it's on at that point.
It's going to be on for a second.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to come to a compromise.
So it'll be an enemy of my enemy thing.
I think it's going to be blood.
It'll be on for a second, and then Mace is going to cut Boba's head off.
Oh. All right. So Utah. On that note, theories and predictions.
Well, may as well. He's on his show anyway.
It's right. I mean, they don't need Boba for the show, so
yeah, they really don't. Not at this point.
All right. I think Grogu's going to pick the armor. I feel like they've telegraphed that in the various things that Luke has been saying about he doesn't have his heart in it. Oh, he's remembering more than I'm training him because Grogu was at the Jedi Academy, so he must have traumatized. He learned something. I think from the. But I don't think they're going to reveal Grogu's choice until near the end of the episode. So I think they're going to start off with, hey, how's Cad Bane doing? Is he okay? And maybe some other stuff, and then they're going to be mean, and they're going to start the battle at the end of the episode. And then we're not going to see the end of the battle or the war until the beginning of Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Right. Yep.
I mean, why not?
You got to have some kind of cliffhanger.
Yep.
There's got to be a cliffhanger of some sort, right? I mean,
yeah.
Jeez. All right. Brent, what do you think?
Okay, so I have a mix of...
That's grim. That's grim, Utah.
I got a mix of Mr. Deacon and Utah's. So I think Mace might pop in there, honestly, just because it would add more tension and just build the storyline better. I still do think Ahsoka's going to bring Grogu back. He will choose the armor. And in doing so, Ahsoka will fight Cad Bane. I'm telling you that right now. I feel it coming, and I want to see it. I'm hoping to see it. Okay.
Or Fennec, or we're going to see Fennec and Cad Bane the round 2 for them.
Round 2.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be good too. Oh man.
Yeah, they face it off.
Would be good.
There's going to be a lot of blood being shed. All right, and I'm telling you, we're going to have a Lord of the Rings-esque style of we think Grogu's dead, and then he reveals the mithril armor. All right, I'm telling you, that's happening. It just makes too much sense.
It's Grogu Baggins, man.
Grogu
Baggins, and then Luke's gonna pop in at the end, if not in Mandalorian season 2, one way or whatever. And then, Mandalorian season 3, he's still gonna pop in and say, "Hey, you made the right choice. You sacrificed yourself in some way, shape, or form that furthered his Jedi way." I'm calling it. I think that's what happened just because of everything we know about the Jedi so far.
I like that.
So.
Okay. And Sherry had mentioned something right here. I think Luke is underestimating Grogu's power, and he's going to take the armor and the lightsaber and get the hell out of there. You know what? That's interesting because we do know that Grogu likes to steal shit. So he'll take the lightsaber, but he's going to pocket that armor. He's going to have it on underneath, and then there's the reveal. There's the reveal
too. That would be fine.
And a frog for the ride.
Yeah, you've got a frog and a frog for
the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have the shifter.
The shifter.
Knob.
All right, Dino.
All right, a few things. First, I do think Mace Windu saved Grogu, but it was his legs that saved him. You know, because he can be, he can now be in two places at once. So I think Mace Windu's legs was able to run back and save Grogu. So that's number one. Number two, Lone Wolf and Cub is not just movies, but it's also a manga. It's great.
Yeah, it is. It's very good.
Guys you can check it in different places, and it's I believe all black and white. And I was reading it like around the time that I think Mandalorian. Yeah, when Mandalorian came out. And well, the movies are from like the 70s and 80s, so the manga is even older. And there were almost scenes that were just, stripped out of Lone Wolf and Cub as well. So just great reading material for the side. I'm running out of things. And so next, right, I do think that there's going to kind of be a cliffhanger, right? Because that's the only way people are going to keep watching. I do think he's going to pick the chainmail armor thingy. And I think it was very interesting that, again, in the previous episode, Mando, when the armor is kind of explaining, how they have to be completely disconnected, he's like, that goes completely against what we do. So there's going to be that kind of symbiotic relationship of trying to, again, combine the Mandalorian and the Jedi. And on top of that, what was the last thing I was going to... Oh, snap.
That beer's kicking in.
Yeah, no, it's only one, but
it furry?
Smells really good. There's lamb that I can smell, so I'm salivating at this.
Quite furry. Very furry.
Yeah, we have home raised. We have it's actual lamb from out here in the farm, so it's nice and good and organic.
Nice and dead and organic.
I forget. I
was lamb organic. I was lamb organic. I just want to know.
That's
farm
about
to
how
table.
Is lamb organic. That it's not injected with hormones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You say it's
still meat though. I thought organic was something you grew.
No.
Organic is just
You still
sounds like
raise and grow a lamb.
Yeah, they're grazing on natural stuff and not hormones or feed or anything like that. That has
That sounds like a band. That sounds like a metal band. Lamb Organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Lamb Organic.
Oh, sorry.
Whatever you say.
Quailman.
So
what do you think? Predictions. Final thoughts
are: my wife is Greek, so Dino, we might have to become long distance best friends. And I'm gonna need some of that lamb.
Sounds good.
Number two, in terms of thoughts for the finale, I think I'm really aligning with most of you. I have no idea where this Mace Windu theory thing came from, and maybe that's because I haven't explored things outside of the cinematic and television shows. But like I've just always been under the influence that Mace is dead and dead is dead. But it's Star Wars and no one's ever really gone.
But he fell. But he fell from a great height, and
fell,
that's
so no one's ever really gone. But I will say this. This was not a good Book of Boba Fett episode, Jeff. You are 1,000% correct. Neither was the last episode. But these have been two of the best live action episodes ever. I will forever and always love Timothy Olyphant. Cad Bane is the best villain. And Ahsoka Tano, who has my heart, looked at Luke Skywalker and said, "You remind me of your father."
Your father. What a line, right?
And I literally was bundled under blankets, laying on my couch this morning watching. And I threw my blanket and stood up and I paused the thing and played "I'm Not Okay" by My Chemical Romance and just had to headbang my way out of that moment because
I love it. Turned emo.
It put me in a place where I had to explore things about my own relationship with my father. I'm being dramatic now, but it was Filoni, Jesus fucking, I love you. And that's all. I just needed that moment, and I didn't know how badly I needed it until it happened. So yeah, we're gonna have a big war. I think it's probably gonna end on a cliffhanger. I do think we're gonna think Grogu gets hurt, but he's not because he's gonna choose the armor. And I don't know that they'll ever explain how he got out of the 501st plowing him over with some ray guns, but we'll see.
Pew pew.
All right, Jeff.
So I think he's going to take the lightsaber. The entire 7th episode will be dedicated to his training, and we'll never see Boba Fett again.
You're kicked off the show, Jeff.
I'm obviously
only because
I'm
he's 100% right.
No, obviously I don't think that's gonna. I mean, the way things have been going, it absolutely could be how this goes. I hope to God that is not.
We're all gonna riot against you if that's the case.
It was. I didn't do it. Talk to Filoni and Favreau. They're the ones who made a show.
It's your fault.
They're the ones who made a show about Boba Fett without Boba Fett, not me. So,
oh yeah, it's going to be about Max Rebo.
Just like
Darth Rebo.
Just like you said, Doug. I do think I haven't disliked a single episode of Mandalorian, and that's what we've gotten the last 2 weeks. So, and I loved them. I loved those episodes. It just felt out of place. So, what's going to happen next? I think he takes the armor. He probably does end up back there somehow. Ooh. I do like the idea of Ahsoka being the one who takes him. I think that's kind of cool because I would love to see her back together, a little Clone Wars reunion taking place there. And then maybe Filoni will get it out of the system. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, I want these characters. So Cad Bane, I thought, was the best part of this episode, to be honest. The Luke stuff, it was okay. It was cool to see him doing the Yoda stuff, but he's the teacher now, and he's still carrying him in a backpack. It was fun.
Nice little throwback to Empire.
A great one, and it did the flip and everything. It was awesome.
Yeah,
but
all of it.
Yep. At the end of the day, the best part of the episode was the reveal of Cad Bane, because he's the one character that they're introducing in this episode that actually belongs here in this world. Do you know what I mean? So he could show up in Book of Boba Fett and I'd be like, well, that makes sense because that's his world. So I love that he was introduced. I hope that it means we're going to see more of him and not that he's going to, get, somehow this is his last showdown or something.
No, Jackie, no.
But I do want to see a battle between, him and I don't know who's going to fight who, but it's going to be a throwdown. But I think other people have mentioned it. I don't think we're going to get any resolution in that episode. I think it's going to be a complete and utter cliffhanger, and that'll be very disappointing, but awesome at the same time. So bittersweet, and be like, oh crap, damn you, Filoni. But no, I think, I think it's going to be good. I think we're finally going to get back to the Boba Fett story, and that's good for me. Good.
Back to who?
Boba who? All right, Mando girl, what are you thinking?
Well, first, I want to do a special shout out. We all saw Blood.
I forgot about that at the beginning.
Yeah, Tommy.
I'm sorry. All right.
Blood Sith is actually one of my friends off of TikTok. His friend, Captain Samuel Credit, actually has been diagnosed with cancer. And so
terminal, I believe, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he is a big Star Wars fan. So he did a shout out asking everyone to send his love and do a salute for his friend. And so, sir, I wish you the best in your future endeavors, and I hope everything
I'll give you a salute, brother.
Yes. So I wanted to do that real quick. But I agree and disagree on some of what you guys have said. I agree. I will be that person. I think he will pick the armor. And yet, I still think he will be able to come back, just like Luke did, and finish his training. I think the armor is the key from saving him from Kylo's temper tantrum. Honestly, later on in life. But I think Ahsoka will be delivering Grogu. I agree with you guys there 100%. I absolutely love her. And yes, I agree with Quillman. That was a very touching moment, and it was needed. It was much needed. I love Ahsoka. She's one of my favorite characters next to Sabine, in which I'm very excited about the Ahsoka series because we will see them both together. I think it will be left on a cliffhanger. Now, whether or not she delivers Grogu, because I know Ahsoka does have some history against the Pikes.
Yes.
And if she becomes involved, is going to be a question.
Yeah, she'll be involved. Yeah.
Most Pelgo is definitely going to get involved now that the situation with Cad Bane, and everything like that has happened. And Ahsoka also, as was it Utah that said that there was a history between Ahsoka and Cad Bane?
That's me.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So there was history with them in Clone Wars, and I think that might be a situation that might happen as well. I agree with you there. But I think this will be a cliffhanger, and I don't think he's going to pick the lightsaber. I think Disney will lose out on too much if that happens. So
I think they'll be fine. I don't think they're gonna lose out on that much of it.
I got one more thing for the record. I got one more thing.
Oh shit! All right.
Just one more.
And Omega is not going to be in this, Jackie.
Don't make it. What was the name of the admiral? Again, I can't think of that. The
Thrawn.
Thrawn? Blue guy with red eyes.
Helping the Pikes. How would y'all
No, that seems like Admiral Trent, if anybody.
No.
That seems like Crimson Dawn, if anybody.
Time you doubt me. Shit happens.
No, I think we will see Thrawn in Ahsoka's show.
Oh yeah, she's looking for him.
Remember, she was looking for him. She said that.
The reason why she's looking for him is because of Ezra.
Exactly. But what if he showed up helping the Pikes at the end?
Nah.
Oh, Ezra with a big space whale comes in to save the day.
It's so many takes. I don't want to take away. It's so many ways they could go. So it is what it is.
We'll see what happens.
What it is.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think either way, it's going to be a pretty fun ride. It's going to be exciting and probably disappointing on several levels. But I think ultimately we're all getting more Star Wars. And I think we can all agree that that's exactly what needs to happen in the world right now. There's at one point I thought there was too much Star Wars happening because, we're some of us in here, we're the old heads. We're used to Star Wars like every 30 years. Like we get Star Wars and then 30 years later we get some more Star Wars.
Y'all are showing your age.
And then we got to wait another 15 years for some more Star Wars. But now it's like Star Wars every year. And it's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with all this.
I'm okay with this.
Same. I have no problem with it.
I'm happy with it. So
I think we're gonna. I'm hoping. I don't. Yeah. I'm with the rest of you. Predictions at this point. Fuck it. Who knows? At this point, who knows? The Force ghost of Jabba the Hutt could come back and save the day with Porkins riding his back.
What are you drinking, Tommy?
I'm just drinking vitamin water. Yeah, so who knows? Who knows what could happen? Like I said, maybe we're gonna see Max Rebo sit on the throne, Darth Rebo. I don't know. But what I would like to see,
as long as it's not Jar Jar Binks,
or Omega, I have this sneaking suspicion that Omega might show up. I really don't want that to happen because
could that be how they end the episode? Is like a quick
maybe she's
of Omega.
Maybe she's the shot caller, or maybe she's the Tusken. Maybe she's the Tusken. The Tusken
that would
female.
Be cool. That would be cool. I like that idea.
You know, or maybe
so another brother and sister kissing.
We haven't had one for a while. We haven't had one for 40 years. We're overdue.
We're overdue. Keep that in Bama.
I mean, but they're clones. I mean, are they really technically brother and sister? I mean, they're like the same
they're not
person,
brother and sister.
right?
They're just right. They're genetically the same.
They're genetically the same. It's all right.
It'd be like kissing yourself.
Yeah, it's like kissing yourself. It's okay. Yeah, exactly. So what I'm hoping for is I want to see like this epic showdown between Fennec and Cad. I think that would be that because
Cad round 2 would be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty.
Anybody against Cad would be fun.
Cad could handle it. I mean, he's a bad dude. He's a bad dude for sure. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be, like I said, it'll be bittersweet because we're not going to want it to end. Because I don't know when. Hey, Blurred's Eye View just showed up. What's up, Chris Fury? So when's Jesus Christ, Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie is right.
I love you, Jackie.
So when's the next show? The next show that comes out is Obi-Wan. Is that in December?
Obi-Wan is the next one, right?
May 4th is what people were saying.
Well,
May 4th?
Okay. We'll see at the end credits. I'm calling it the ending.
I don't think it's
the credits will be the reveal of what the date is going to drop.
All right, there you go. So definitely watch the post-credit sequence of the last episode. So Mando Girl, we're going to be kidding up next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, full armor for us if I could squeeze into it. But it's only going to be from the waist up, so I'm good. I don't have to wear
I think I went in full armor last time and I was so uncomfortable. I think I was probably from waist up.
Yeah, I can't zip my flight suit anymore. It's like
there's a reason why you never see stormtroopers and Mandalorians sitting down.
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
that's why I went with a scout
I don't
trooper.
have a
You can sit in a biker
in
scout
a butt
costume.
plate, so I'm good.
Yeah,
I just have a loincloth.
We were at a troop. And it was just this guy. I was in my Captain Rex, and there was a bunch of other clone troopers with us. This guy dropped the $50 bill on the ground, and he said, "Whoever can grab it can have it." We were just like, we couldn't do it. Nobody could get it. We tried bending. It was ridiculous. All right, so we're gonna go around. Everybody, shout yourselves out here. Marcus, where can they find you?
Find me on all the social media networks. TMDE at YouTube. Browns Edition. Holla back at your boy.
Look at John. Look at John. Come on, full armor, Tommy. How long? I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying to get back into the armor, but
you're not trying hard enough.
I'm not trying hard enough. I need to do old man Rex because it doesn't have the belly plate. So I might be able to. I can maybe pull that one. I'll pull that one off.
Be looking like Big Hero 6 trying to fit into it.
Yeah, seriously, you're not wrong. You're not. Yes. You are not wrong, sir. Hey, Don, if people want to stalk you or send you inappropriate photos, where can they do that?
You pretty much got to do it on Facebook. The only other thing I got to hawk is I'm appearing at the Western Reserve Playhouse in the Broadway spoof. Forbidden Broadway at the end of March, first couple weeks of April. So come out and check that out.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, sir. And Don, thank you for joining us tonight, even though you're a filthy rebel sympathizer. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you, damn rebel scum. But no, that was good stuff. Well, thank you. Are you going to join us next week?
I don't think I can be here next week, but
all right. You'll be here in force spirit, right?
I will. I'll be on Force Ghost.
There you go. All right, Brent, how can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook. I mean, you see me comment all the time. But other than that, I'm stuck here waiting for Winnegemin. That's all.
There you go. Yeah.
Looks like he's in my old apartment.
Snowmageddon is on the way.
If you guys are getting the storm that we're getting, I mean, seriously, we have 6+ inches already, and everything's been shut down already for 2 days.
They're estimating about 20 for us.
20
already.
Oh my gosh, they were saying like about 12 to 18 in ice, and so like everything's been closed. My county's in the red. Like I can't even leave my house.
They shut down I-80 already. They said don't travel.
Jeez.
Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
Utah, it's pretty cold here, guys. It's about 50 degrees, and that's pretty cold. So
shut up!
You're talking, Dino.
Shut up!
I need my Timberlake. I need to flash Timberlake.
Yeah, where's the Timberlake?
Hold on. Let's.
There it is.
Yeah. Yep, there it is. Love it. Love it. All right, Utah, where can they find you?
You can find me on all the socials at Kohyuta, Kohyuta, and also at World Gone Geek with my best friend Jeff.
Hey. All right, Mando girl.
You can find me on the TikTok app and Instagram at Mando Girl.
Blowing up on TikTok.
Yep.
Blowing up.
And we're shouting out Blood Sith, of course, too. Same username on TikTok. Blood Sith, thank you so much for joining us and hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate that. All right, Dino.
What's up? You can follow me at El Dondino on Instagram and Twitter. I'm also part of the Oye Dímelo network. It's a Latina, Latino, Latina, Latinx network of Latin Americans, and we have shows about podcasts and about tattoos and their backgrounds. We also have movie reviews going on where we review all sorts of local and international films, and podcasts that interviewing screenwriters and stuff like that. So check out Oye Dímelo network as well. You can go to oyedimelo.com, and I gotta sign out because I got lamb to eat. So bye, guys.
Oh man!
Bye.
All right, bye, Dino. Thank you.
Not free.
No one wants a furry lamb.
Furry.
All right, Quailman.
Hey, you can find me. My wife and I, our theater group is Theater with an R-E, Agape, Agape. That's on Instagram, Facebook. I don't think we have a Twitter, but anyways. And of course, Circle of Nerds, Krusty Cantina, Friday nights at 8 o'clock.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I like that product placement. Thank you, sir.
I can.
All right. And the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jeff, where can they find you?
So my Grounded Geek on all the socials, but our show is World Gone Geek. It's also World Gone Geek at World Gone Geek everywhere. We're on YouTube, Twitch, you name it. We're on a little bit of a hiatus right now with our show, but we'll be back February 20th, Sunday, 7 p.m. live. Rob 88-Bit Kovacs will be our guest that night, and we talk about all things geek. We just love to celebrate people who are passionate about their fandoms, and so come celebrate with us.
Outstanding. I love it. Thank you all, even Mr. Deacon. Thank you all for hanging out. There it is. There's his lightsaber. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Great discussions. I love this stuff. Jeff, like you said, celebrating our fandoms. I love it. I love it when we can all get together. We all have, different opinions, but we all share the same love of just being nerds and just consuming this content and loving it. And I love you guys. Thank you, everyone that joined us in the chat tonight. A lot of really good insight in the chat tonight. That was awesome. So thank you guys so much for that. And of course, check out Circle of Nerds everywhere. Circle of Nerds, you want podcasts, we got podcasts. You want videos, we got videos. We've got you can check out extended, length and girth episodes of all of our shows over on patreon.com/Circle of Nerds.
It's worth it.
There's a lot of Grogu petting going on, and it's making me incredibly uncomfortable. Yikes. Wow.
Furry.
That's jeepers. And that's a good wrapping point right there. So, all right, everyone. Until next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Check us out again right here at 9:05 Eastern. While we do more of whatever this is. Oh my God! All right, we're gonna see you guys next week. Love you, and always remember: if no one does anything nice for you, do something nice to yourself. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Good Lord. What is happening?
Hold on.